Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tabula Rakshasa, the D&D one-shot series where nobody knows nothing. That's... I haven't come up with a good tagline yet. We're getting there. So, as expected, we have ourselves a new batch of players who also don't know who they are. Well, they don't know who they are yet. And we are going to play around and see what happens. If those of you who haven't seen the show before, we are running a sort of lost memory one-shot series. You might have seen something like that on the internet every so often. Somebody comes up with an idea like that. I decided to actually do it because I thought it'd be fun. Our players know nothing about their characters except their pronouns, which they provided to me. I possess their character sheets, a mix of random generation and some suggestions from the audience, and they're going to spend the next however long we have discovering what they are and who they are. They're going to use role play and just kind of spitballing and trying to figure out how to function in the scenario I drop them in gleefully, and you as the audience can also guess along at home. See if you can figure out who or what these characters are and perhaps how they got to be where they are. In the meantime, hello friends, hello new friends and old friends. Welcome to the show. So hi. I'm gonna go around and give you guys a chance to just say hi, hello, my name is, and just so you can introduce yourself to the audience. So I am Angela. My pronouns are she, her. I am your story guide this evening, and we'll just go. I'll mix it up a little bit. Kyle, this is old hat for you. Why don't you start us off?
My name's Kyle. You can find me over pronouns are he, him. You can find me over at the Nerdsmith Discord server or baking delicious breads.
Both.
I bake a lot of delicious bread. It's my livelihood now. But yeah, so that's me. In a
Friend
small
Kyle
nutshell.
the baker. I approve of this. All right. What about Cameron? Why don't you go next?
Hello, my name is Cameron, pronouns he, him. My first time with Nerdsmith.
Hey, welcome.
So I'm typically a theater actor as well as a writer. I'm currently working on a fantasy series that is going to be published.
Badass.
Thank you. I'm just excited to be here.
Oh, welcome. We're happy to have you. All right, Lane, go next.
Hello, I'm Lane. My pronouns are she, they. I am Nerdsmith resident goth historian. I am around here a lot, both in the Discord and on stream. You can find me talking about all sorts of weird, nerdy shit, and I'm really excited to be here on this nonsense of whatever this is going to be.
And Thea.
Oh, I am Thea, at Thea of Truth on Twitch, and I mean technically on Twitter, but nobody's gonna be using that in like a week. So
Trying to be hopeful.
Yeah. And I mostly do this now, I guess. Like, I haven't done anything since the last stream I was on, so I stream sometimes on my own channel, so.
Well, we're also very happy to have you back, Thea. Welcome. So we are gonna get started in a moment, but first we have a couple of things to talk about real quick, super quick. So we are here at Tabula Rakshasa. We're members of the Nerdsmith Network, and you can find us at nerdsmith.org or at our Patreon at patreon.com/nerdsmith. If you'd like to support us or just follow us, that would be amazing. It's a little click for you, but to us it means a lot. So we appreciate everybody who follows and maybe even supports us and helps us keep making fun, free content for you. We are brought to you by some really, really incredible sponsors. World Anvil, which if you check us out on on our World Anvil, which is in the chat, you can find information about the World of Vale, which is our go-to homebrew world. And you find out some things about different campaigns, both public on stream and private games that I run in those worlds. And you can find out some neat things about the little crevices of my brain that tend to spit out weird ideas. We are also sponsored by Die Hard Dice. We have a huge announcement with Die Hard Dice this week. If you checked it out on, if you follow them on Twitter, you might have seen it, or you might have seen us. We have partnered as part of the Dice affiliate program with Die Hard Dice with our own set of dice. You can find the Nerdsmith Forge Fire dice live on their site on November 4th. So this week you can actually buy a set, and if you use our discount code Nerdsmith or use the link in our chat, you get 10% off your purchase. So it would be incredible. They're super pretty. They're polymers. They're the plastic dice that have almost like a metallic silver or iron color to them, and then the lettering is in our Nerdsmith orange, or as close to the Nerdsmith orange as we could get. And they are very fun. I'm so excited to get a set, ideally more than two. And we will hopefully, fingers crossed, be getting a few sets to give away on stream. So we will have some fun with that, and I'm gonna see if we could tie it into maybe having our audience guessing, and whoever can get all of the things right might win a set. I don't know. I'll figure it out. We're not quite there yet, but I'll have a plan eventually. So that's our big news with Die Hard Dice. I've been like keeping it in for like a month. I've been really excited to tell everybody. And finally, we are affiliates of Hero Forge, which we've all been talking about since before we started stream. And there will be pictures, not tonight because life got crazy, but there will be pictures of all the characters from tonight. Honestly, it's kind of better to not have the pictures because you all can influence what they look like then as we talk. But there will be some neat Hero Forges in our Discord server, so you can check out what these characters look like after the show. Today is Tuesday, so it's Treasure Tuesday. The new thing that came out this week for premium subscribers, for pro subscribers on Hero Forge, is, I believe, some new Warlock duds. There's the unknowing something, I don't remember what it's called, but they're Warlock robes, and some of them have like eyes on them, like the gauntlets have these like slitted snake.
Invoker is what it's
Invoker
called.
was the word, yeah. Unknowable Invoker set, which has a bunch of really cool Warlock looks, big high collar stuff, and it's really rad. I've been so impressed with the last few clothing sets they've been putting out. They've really been embracing high detail, so you can get some really cool especially digital prints of your characters, lots of belts and buckles and stuff, and I'm a big fan. So yeah, you should check them out. If you don't have a pro subscription, you'll get access to the unknowable or unknowing. Unknowing sounds like
it would make,
like you don't know anything.
It would make more sense for it to be unknowable.
This is the unknowing group.
Yeah, we are unknowing.
But the Unknowable Invoker set, you'll get access to it next week when the next Treasure Tuesday comes about. But if you want to get it now, you can check out their pro subscriptions and get access to everything a week early when they put it out. Okay, so we are done. Good night, everybody. No, we're gonna run the intro, and we will be right back with Tabula Rakshasa. All right, bye-bye. All right. Let's get started. I had the players roll initiative at the beginning of session, or before session started, so I've got a good order to go in. But to start, let me get us going. I would like everybody to roll a d20 for me to get a dexterity save, as there is an explosion around all of you.
Okay, then. Oh, no.
Oh no.
5.
A 5. Okay. That is
Got a 12.
fun. Okay.
14.
Actually, Kyle, you can roll with advantage. Hint, hint. Interesting.
Yeah. Mine was 16, Angela.
Okay, thank you. 16. Thea, can you remind me, you got a 12, I think? Or no, that was Kyle. 5. Cameron, you had
14.
14, thank you. And what was yours, Kyle?
Advantage, 18.
18. All right. So Thea, you get a 7. That's not bad. Let's see. Lane, you got a 19.
Okay.
Cameron, you got a 16. You guys all have very similar dexterities. And Kyle, you get a 19 as well. Okay. So, an explosion shudders you back to consciousness or back to your senses, and yet you're very confused. Lane and Kyle, you both hear this thunderous sound that reverberates through your head, but you're able to duck behind several chunks of broken rock in this ruined structure, and you just kind of like duck down away from the debris and things that go flying. Cameron, you are you're able to duck behind like a big heavy door that's a little off its hinges as this happens. And Thea, you just...
I'm standing in the middle of it.
Oh yeah, you just jump and like hit the ground. You just eat it. As you take...
Accurate to how it would be in real life.
Sure. You gotta love verisimilitude. You take... you're gonna take 10 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
You don't know of how much?
Yeah, so I've taken 10 damage.
So you take the 10 bludgeoning damage, but you feel this, not so much that you have taken a hit, but almost like there was a thin barrier of warm air around you that shattered when the explosion hit. You still feel okay. You didn't take like, it doesn't hurt that much. It hurts a little bit, but not nearly as much as being in the middle of an explosion should have hurt you. Let me see. Lane and Kyle, you are relatively close to one another as you duck behind this ruined wall. Kyle, you see a thin, elven-looking man with bright, or not bright, but like almost like pastel pink skin, with metal on the tips of his very pointy ears and a couple of piercings and like one on his lip, all of which shimmer in this sort of like platinum color. Otherwise is wearing a little bit of armor, but it's more robe-like than armor. There's just a lot of this little like platinum or slightly shimmery metal affectations all over this guy's clothing. Lane, across from you, you see a very tiny owl with big furry eyebrows that kind of like poke up from her head, and she has a pair of spiky gauntlets on her hands that they almost look like turtle shells, and they're blue with spikes on them, because I thought that was funny. And she's got sort of scraggly wings, but they are pretty substantial as she slides to the ground and ducks pretty small out of the way of this explosion. And the two of you make eye contact in the middle of this fight. You have no idea who each other is. You know you both got almost blown up by an explosion, but other than that, you know very little. It is loud, and you hear shouting across the way, almost like there are people coming from what appears to be a large ruin of some kind, like a castle ruin. Do you do anything? Very much.
Who are you?
I feel like I should be asking that. Do you have any idea what's going on right now?
There was a thump, and then tuck and roll, and then here.
Yeah, that's all I got. Unfortunately.
Good talk. So, Cameron, you hide behind this really heavy door, and you see like these other people kind of scatter along. This is essentially like the front. There was a bridge heading to the building you're now in, and they were on the bridge. And when that explosion went off, some of them are hiding, and one of them just ate it, just fell face first onto the ground. And you managed to block a little bit of that damage as you can glance out from behind this heavy wooden door, and you don't have any idea what's happening.
Yeah, I'm just going
What
to
would you like to do?
slowly peek out. Just what in the world is going on out here?
You all look to the door and see this you see a tangle of green hair coming from a slightly shimmery scaled face with very long ears, who's kind of just peeking up over, and the most like sort of upsetting thing about this figure who's yelling at you is you can see the pinpoints of his eyes are deeply orange and almost fiery. Thea, give me a constitution check.
Okay. You can just say roll d20.
Yeah.
13.
I'm letting them know what you're trying to roll.
13.
13. Okay. Yeah. So you, the ringing in your ears starts subsiding pretty quickly after that, and you feel, for some reason, a little sheepish about hitting the ground, but you're not sure why, because there's other things to be worried about, like the fact that you don't know where you are or what's happening. But you do hear people shouting and talking to each other.
Mortal danger, not knowing who I am. That's secondary to being embarrassed.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyone can chime in. The idea of these sort of sessions is you can explore, you can talk to each other, you can try to assess the situation, anything like that. Don't feel limited to the mechanics of 5e. Just tell me what kind of information you want to try to determine based on what little you know right now. And I can walk you through whatever you're going to do or try to do.
I say I want to know where the boom boom is coming from. Like,
Sure.
where is the most danger?
Okay, go ahead and give me a d20 roll. We're gonna have you roll a perception check.
20.
20. But with a 24, you have a better vantage point from anybody anyway because you're slightly upstairs, and you look out from the door and you are just scanning this ruined castle bridge. It almost looks like maybe the entrance to a fort, and you see over what appears to be kind of a rampart or a protective wall. You see a few arrows sailing over the wall out of sight towards you all. A couple of regular arrows, and then you see a glimmer of orange light below the wall as a few people are apparently shouting, "Load another one! One more!"
Yeah, I'm just gonna point towards them and just yell like, "I'll kill y'all later, but for now, I got to go, and I want to run to safety."
Okay. Yeah. So you start running inside the castle. You three see that this apparent sea elf is just fucking off. Come to your own conclusion.
I
And
don't
I'm
know
following.
if that's Are we going or?
Do some like quick like knee ups and like pull the stretch to the chest, and then like just start moving
Yeah.
after.
We gotta move.
Mhm.
That much
Yeah,
is
no.
clear.
Once everyone starts going, I just fine, okay, whatever. I just follow behind everybody else.
Lane, as the little owlin kind of like does high knees and then books it without a sound, just silent, rushes past you so fast.
All right then.
Cameron, you are running through this ruin, which seems to be very old. This does not look like something that has been destroyed in battle, or at least not a battle that's happened in this century. There is dust everywhere. It's a little hard going through the hallway, as it looks like several walls have kind of collapsed on you, or not on you, but have collapsed in front of you, and you have to kind of climb over them to get around. What's your goal, or what's your intent here? You just want to get as far away from those fires or those like arrows as possible?
Yeah, get away from the danger, but if there's anything shiny or that might
Okay.
look worth money or expensive or useful, might
Okay.
pocket that as a runner.
Let's have you do a give me another perception check. Note to the players, it is entirely up to you if you want to take notes. Like, as you start getting numbers, if you want, feel free. You are not required to. I will have the numbers with me, so you don't have to do anything if you don't want to. Some people were like puzzle solving while they were.
Yeah, I've been writing notes.
Yeah.
Say I rolled
I'm
a
just
10.
putting the dots together in my head.
A 10. Okay. So with a 14, that's not that bad. You're looking through and you see old tapestries tattered against the walls. You see probably large standing candlesticks that are well rusted, or they've really decayed. They don't seem that valuable as you go through. You do see that there are a couple of standing suits of armor that appear to have spears and things attached to them, but they're decaying as well. This is a very, very old building, and you seem to be in like the main hall or the main entryway, so you're not like near any vaults or secret treasure or something inside here, if there is anything like that. But I will say, as you are searching around, you're rushing through, and you come to sort of become aware of the fact that you are holding a wand of some kind. It looks to be made of charred wood. It almost looks like charcoal, but it's very sturdy. And you just had it kind of death gripped in your hand as you were running. That looks very intricate, if not valuable. But you already have possession of that. That's good.
Yeah, he's gonna stop in his his pace. Just stop and just look at it.
Sure.
Well, I'll be. Look like I already got the treasure.
As you slow down to study the wand, you don't even hear her. But Kyle, you are gaining on this sea elf, and you just cut a corner, and you're maybe 20 feet away from him, and he's no idea you're there.
I like the way the wind feels on my hands.
Can I give
What?
this owl person a hug?
They're
to make, like,
very
an
much
attack roll?
they're very much ahead of you, Thea, as you
I will
were
run.
scrambling up
I will
as
run.
well. You're gonna run? Okay. So yeah, she gets to the she gets up before you do. But I'll say, Cameron, you are suddenly very aware that you're not by yourself. As behind you, there's a slightly scraggly, fluffy little owl who is very, very simply clothed, wearing like kind of a big scarf over her neck and a vest, lots of feathers, and some baggy pants. But the biggest thing are these kind of almost they almost look like jade, but they're a bright blue instead of a teal color, sort of hand gauntlets. They look like they're made out of turtle shells. And they are definitely, there's like knives stuck through them to make them spiky. This is a little hellion of some kind.
Yeah, I'm
who
going to
has
back
snuck
up and
on
point
you.
the wand at it. Like, did you just talk?
Am I not supposed to? Am I not?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you is, but I don't think whatever you is supposed to talk.
Then I think I will take it under advisement to stop talking. Okay.
For everyone's benefit, if you're ever wondering if you know something or not, feel free to assume that you have basic functional knowledge of a fantasy world. So then, so you can kind of get around. You understand that what you're holding, for example, Cameron, you understand that that's a wand. And that magic is real. You know that. The owl thing is fine. Owlins aren't super common, we'll assume. It's also very nearly real size to an owl. Very, like, squat little fella.
Yeah, I'm like just walking around, just looking, just like poke with the wand.
I feel like that's rude. I say as I eventually approach this group.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Am I there yet? Have I given the owl a hug?
You okay. You and the pink color elf both arrived down this hall at around the same time. Lane, you have seen the person to your the person next to you is maybe human, but she has this blindingly bright hand that has spirals going all the way up her arm, and they almost look like they're it almost looks like sunlight. It's very bright and hard to look at her arm. And she's got tan skin and sort of dark brown hair in a bit of a mess, but she is very like intense looking. like it's really hard to place why, or like what specifically is so strange about her, other than the glowing hand. But yeah, it's like that idea of you go, oh, a human, and then you kind of mentally do a double take, and you're not 100% sure that's what you're looking at.
Noted.
Anyway, this very serious looking woman.
You'd like to hug the owl.
Yeah, this very serious looking woman hugs the owl.
Do you want to do so secretly, or do you want to do so?
No.
No? Okay. Then, then Kyle, you hear this. You both see the glow coming towards you to grasp you in a hug, and you see her trying to hug you. This is the person that ate shit on the bridge.
What? Okay, I know you're not supposed to go towards the light, but what am I supposed to do when it's coming towards me?
Run. Run for your life.
I don't think that applies.
Oh my god. What do you want to do, Kyle?
Does it seem like this intense woman is am I getting a read on like posture, or like,
you are
how
getting
the
a
approach is
sense. You're getting a sense that she really wants to hug you.
I gotta roll for it. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, into it. Yeah.
You're into it. You're like, okay. You need a little bit of comfort in this moment of stress, and this person, for some reason, really wants to hug you, and there is something about it that feels very much like, yes, I need this. This will make me feel better. You're not even quite sure why you have that impulse, that impulsive thought, but no, yeah, you're down.
Up.
You are instructed by the tiny owl for uppies. Yeah.
Okay, and she's like, I'm gonna be like gentle and not like crush this tiny owl person, but like very much enthusiastic hugs.
Cameron, Lane, there was a chase going on. You're very certain of that. And then all of a sudden, two of them are just hugging.
I mean, I don't see a problem with this, but also it seems a little... Does this seem counterintuitive to anybody else right now?
I'm not sure.
I mean, what were you running from anyway? I mean, I gathered the explosion, but...
The explosion and you strange people. It could have been all yours fault. They could have been after you.
Why would I blow up myself?
Some people are in this. Listen, I don't judge.
We don't kink shame in this place that nobody knows what it's called, or people that we don't know who it is.
I just didn't want to get caught up in it, whatever you was doing.
I wish I had an answer.
There are more sounds. You hear another outside, and the building shakes and a little bit of dust falls.
Okay, so none of us did that, I don't think. Did one of you do that? Like,
No.
rotates the head just like to look at everybody in the
uncomfortably
in the group, just like,
large turn radius.
Yeah, I'm going to try to hide.
Oh, okay.
Just not say nothing to nobody and just try to
Just
hide.
try to bounce. Yeah, okay, sure. Go ahead and give me another roll. I'll have you roll stealth.
A 10 again.
10? Alright, so a 12. Let's see. 12. The owl and Lane both see you just duck around a tapestry trying to escape.
So I
Just
Okay.
peeking out.
We're gonna say that Thea was hugging with her back turned and didn't see it. But the other two did.
I have new information. My passive perception is bad.
Just less than theirs. Maybe not by much, but just enough.
I can see you.
Just close my eyes. If I can't see you, then you can't see me.
I'm pretty sure that's not how that works.
Just go away.
I'm very certain.
And maybe
that's
they'll
not how
just
that
follow
works.
you and leave me be.
This sounds like a great plan. You're just kind of there trying to hope no one's gonna see you.
No one sees
In this
me.
moment, Cameron, what do you hope happens right now?
That whatever is chasing these people will get them and leave me to be at peace and figure out
just
what's going on.
Okay.
Pieces are in
Then
pieces.
right. Let's okay. You're just hiding behind this tapestry, and let me see if you have the thing. Yes, you do. As you're just kind of like hiding there, you the other three of you see at this guy's feet the shadows on the wall start kind of like shifting a little bit and collecting at his feet and start like slowly, quietly, or rather silently creeping up his legs and just sort of making it harder to see him behind this tapestry.
That's new.
Your shadow's eating you.
My what is what?
And I'm just pointing at his feet, like that whole situation you've got over there.
So do I see the shadows?
You do see the shadows. They are, yeah, you see them.
I'm just gonna jump out of the tapestry into the nearest person's arms.
God.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna say since Lane was
More hug.
actively talking to you,
Yeah.
you go right into his arms.
Ugh.
See, isn't that better?
Oh, that's a really good point. Give me an athletics check, Lane,
Oh,
as you
no.
have to try to catch this person.
That's a 10.
Okay, so with a 9, you...
Oh,
God! You do not successfully,
Don't drop me now.
There's no promise of that.
I
definitely
cannot
start
promise
stumbling to the
anything.
ground. Oh, actually, no. Hold on. You start
no.
you start dropping. And as you start falling, you're like, no. And as you do, all of a sudden that weight against you just lessens. Like all of a sudden you're not weighed down by the sea elf. And you kind of look, and then you just straighten up, and they're like half the weight they were before.
Interesting. I'm not gonna carry you for the rest of all of this. Your legs work perfectly fine, but
But the shadows, they tried to eat me.
They're still there, and they're almost starting to like caress down the leg of the pink elf. They don't feel like they're hurting you.
okay. I mean, I'm assuming this normal to me? Do I know anything about this?
Give me an Arcana check.
Thank you. That's what I was hoping for.
You're like, let me roll something, Angela. I would like to roll something, please.
That was a 15.
A 15. So with your 21 Arcana, Lane,
Yes.
you are like, oh, this is some sort of stealth spell. He really wanted to be left alone, so he was trying to hide. you're not quite sure the nature. Oh no, 21. Yeah, you're pretty sure that he cast some sort of moving in stealth, like creating a veil of shadow and silence that would protect.
I think I know what spell that is.
Just moving around. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta love
I also know
actually
what that
using
is.
the flavor text to describe things because you don't know the names of spells, or at least I'm not gonna give you the names of spells because that's silly.
It's just magic, not bad magic. Magic you did, and I will slowly attempt to set this person down if they will let me.
Yeah, I would stand up and just be like, oh yeah, right. That
I don't think-
explains the wand.
Yeah, it's stealth magic. You didn't want to be seen, I assume, behind the thing, so, yeah, that would
Yeah,
explain
see, I
it.
told you, if I don't see you, you can't see me. Told you it was.
Cameron, as he sets you down, you even feel a little like it takes a second for you to get to the ground, and you feel a little weird, like you don't feel as heavy as you did normally.
Just look at myself, just like, I think I just lost like 10 pounds.
Well, that is magic.
Magic, some people would kill for.
I mean, just looks back in the direction of all the explosions that we've been running from.
Not my fault. Just walk away from explosions.
That wasn't what I was implying, but okay.
Lane, you feel a little bit like you are impressing upon the sea elf this lighter situation. Do you want to keep it going, or do you want to let go? Like you seem like you're sort of concentrating on that ability, like you're thinking about making them lighter as you put them down.
I will let go of it once I set them down.
Okay.
So he was jumping around, and like as soon as the weight comes back, he's just like.
So when you jump around, you're like getting air. Like you've got jumps. Like it's kind of impressive until you're like mid jump, and you're getting like, what are you getting? Let me double check here. I know this. Like you're jumping like 4 feet in the air, and then at one point at the height of the jump, suddenly you just hit back down and your ankles hurt. It's like ow, like you everything smarts.
He's like,
I'm sorry.
like, what was that for?
I didn't mean to. I was doing something, I don't know what, but I stopped thinking about it and then it stopped happening. I'm sorry.
I'd like to try something. Could you excuse me, could you just like hold me up? What is oh I kind of like those. Flap the wings. Just like, am I getting any lift from it? Like, am I?
Oh yeah, like silently.
I'm, like, holding her up, like.
Oh yeah, you're just
Lion King style.
It's surprising how quiet you are. As you're just, you can just slip out of her hands.
Oh, I like this. I don't think I'm gonna be running anymore.
Oh,
unless I
fly,
need to get there
be
fast.
free.
So yeah, she'll begin hovering.
Sure. You're up in the air. It's very helpful. You're a tiny little so-and-so.
Are there any windows?
There are a few open spaces that used to be windows.
Okay.
There's a little bit of light streaming.
There was an explosion in close proximity to this building, so.
Well, these sort of the the state of this building seems way long ago that there was damage done to this building. The explosions were happening to the bridge that were ahead. This last one does sound a little like it was close to the door. And you guys are probably, you know, about maybe like a 15-second run into the... You're probably about 100 feet in from the door.
So from my higher vantage point, what can I see anything different about the battle or the area that the people were yelling earlier? Like, can I see what's coming over the wall?
You can. Well, technically you're inside right now, but you could fly up there. It is sort of like a tower that you are in. This hallway is a bit heightened. It's got like slight cathedral ceilings, so you could fly up a little bit, try to find a crack in the ceiling, and take a peek out.
Sure. I'm gonna go take a look and just see what I can see.
Be careful, I guess.
Don't die.
I don't ever plan on it. Flat.
So yeah, well, not even flap. It's like you're silent as you fly up. Like you need one big flap and you're already rising up. And so, Retsev, thank you so much for the donation. I realize I haven't told you the premise of this game. So would you like me to just give everybody a substantive clue about their character with that donation? Because we're not doing Wheel of Causality for this game. There's enough chaos without adding more chaos to this particular game style. Because nobody knows who they are or what their class is. So I can give them a substantive clue off their character sheet to help them with the situation and help them kind of guess what they are. Fine,
Okay,
they can have helpful clues instead.
This might not go anywhere, but I kind of want to, like, I have a hunch about my character. I kind of want to focus on following this small owl lady.
Okay. You're gonna like just visually follow, or are you gonna try to fly?
Like, focus, like fly or somehow move to follow as backup.
Yeah, sure. What are you thinking when you want to do that? Why do you want to follow her?
Just better to go with somebody than just fly up to the top of a tower that's under assault by yourself.
For you, okay, so for her protection.
Yeah.
As you see the owlin just sail up beyond your reach, in the back of your head, you're just kind of like, oh, by yourself, that's not good. I should help. I should protect you. And there is just an instinctive draw towards her as you don't even think about it, but just jump. And the other two, you see a pair of spectral glowing wings burst in the back of this woman's spine, and she flies up after the owlin. This warm glow emanates through the entire chamber, this ruined hall, as they climb up into the rafters and towards some of the cracking up at what appears to be like a bell tower or some sort of tower-like structure. Kyle, once again, you see a glow behind you unexpectedly, and if you kind of get up into the rafters, you see you are being followed by the hugging woman, who has glowing white yellow eyes, and there's almost these thin, almost razor thin rays of light coming from behind her head.
You're very bright.
She is very bright.
Thank you? Question mark? That was a very lucrative punch.
Yeah, yep, that was pretty good. I will give Retsev and you credit for that because that was good. So the two of you are up in the rafters, and you are able to find a basically a chunk of the wall that looks like it was covering some stairs. So there seems to be an entrance to some stairs down below, but you have an access point right here, and you can climb up into the stairs, and only like 3 or 4 feet higher, and you can see out over the bridge outside. It is a weird, foggy space. You're in like some sort of valley, and you can't see much beyond, but you can see like just barely the silhouette of like mountains around you. But below where the bridge is and this protective wall that you had seen before, you see a very small gathering of figures. Some of them are carrying torches. Some of them are at this little like trebuchet sort of device, loading a large like mound of some sort of material, as someone with a torch is standing by, and there's a little bit of shouting. You're a little high up to be able to hear what they're saying. You're probably about 100 feet up, or I'm not gonna say 100 feet up. We're gonna say you're like 8 to 10 stories up.
So is the siege engine on the other side of the wall or on
Correct.
our side of the wall? Okay.
It's on the other side of the wall, throwing things at you. You suspect that the explosion you experienced was from one of these ammunition pieces.
Cool. Not cool, but cool.
And
Is
you
there
also
any-
see some ladders being thrown up on the wall.
Well, they're very industrious. Is there any sort of like common thread in their appearance? Like
They give me a perception check.
Okie doke.
Or investigation. We'll call it investigation.
That's a 19 on the die.
19. Not bad. Okay. So flat 19. And you can see that they don't look like they're heavily armored. They look a little ramshackle, like they're all in different, not quite civilian clothes, but maybe something more akin to, I don't know, small militia, or maybe even like a bandit. If you're gonna be like, those are industrious bandits, that kind of vibe. They do not seem to be like an organized military of any kind. It seems to be sort of a slapped together force of some sort.
What about on our side of the wall? Is there
There's
anybody-
nobody on your side of the wall. You
Got it.
are what's on your side of the wall. But I will say, you see some evidence of combat. You see large cracks in the stone on the bridge, almost like a near crater. Like for Kyle, like a superhero did a 3-point landing, like the Hulk did a 3-point landing on the bridge. You see at least 2 of those. You see a, hold on, let me think what it's gonna be. Let's say you see a very strange image, or like reflective object or creature down below. It's moving like a snake. Very small, but very bright and like flickering a little bit like fire. And it's just like, it slips behind some stone, but then it kind of curves back around, and it appears to be floating, not on the ground. And you also see, those are probably the 2 big things you see. The cracking in the stone and these big swaths of like scorch marks, as well as this small snake looking thing out there.
Huh. I got nothing. How about you?
So yeah, you're just kind of like, I can fly, I can fly, I can fly.
Yeah, I'm still like stunned from the fact that that actually worked.
There is just an odd beating in your chest from that. It's a little, oh, that feels light, that feels powerful, that feels correct. You don't know what to do with that, but okay, like something has like slid into place, something has clicked for you.
Can I look like at myself and see if I have any kind of like weapon?
Sure. You have oh, just a reminder for any players, if you gotta go real quick, leave your camera on, just cover it, and you're all good. So Thea, as you look down at yourself, you see, you see the glowing hand. It's still pulsing with this white, almost divine light. You get the same feeling looking at it as you do from this sensation of flying. And, you see along the arm, the sort of like spirals that are formed along your arm don't actually appear to be lines. They appear to be words that are curled around. Very, very ornate script, very beautiful. And you can read it. It's just kind of flickering in and out. And it appears to be prayer. Talking about using your divine birthright to protect the innocent, and that the radiance of your ancestors helps you to greatness, and things like that. Very, very lofty, very very like holy warrior kind of sounding prayers.
Okay, so no like physical weapons on me?
Let me see. You do have a couple daggers on your boots, and what appears to be a let's see, you've got a sling. So you feel a couple of like, you have a couple of extra pockets in your pants, and you feel some rocks, and you have a sling. And you also see that on your other hand, there's like a chain around your hand, and what appears to be some sort of holy symbol at your palm. It is a, it looks like it's like almost a claw, some sort of like clawed paw kind of shape.
Okay.
While you guys are up at the top, we'll jump back down to the bottom of the tower. As Lane and Cameron, you saw the other two just fly up like it was nothing. And you start to hear some banging at the doorway in the back where you came from. Not in the back, but in the front of the building.
Do you think you can fly like that too?
Probably not. I mean, I don't know for certain, but I don't like my chances.
Well, it seems like we're gonna have company soon. So it's either our chances in trying to fly or deal with this riffraff that's been following you.
Do I think I have any way that I could theoretically get up there?
To get up there? Yeah.
Or just
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check again.
another 15.
15, okay. So yeah, so
Can
21?
I also do an Arcana check?
Sure, absolutely. Go for it.
While I am thinking about this, I'm gonna be like basically patting myself
17.
down, trying to figure out what's on my person.
Gotcha. 17. Okay, with a 17, you 17 flat. You also try to figure out if you have something on you or something that could allow you to get up there. And I'll start with Lane and then go to Cameron. Lane, you see a distance in front of you, and there is nothing that really throws you off about its existence. You're like, not a big deal. As you just kind of instinctively react to the problem in front of you. You let me see what you're gonna use. Just kind of glancing through your thing here. Not that. Gonna say, yeah, you just see a section of like a balcony up above you, and in a blink of an eye, you disappear in this kind of smoky ash, and you teleport onto the balcony, and you appear there. And you have to kind of catch yourself as you realize that you have shifted locations and are now somewhere else.
Didn't think that was gonna work. Fuck. Realizing that I left that other guy down there, but whatever.
Cameron, you see Lane jump to not even jump, but just blink to the top of this balcony, and god damn it, show up. A little bit in your head just sort of instinctively thinks that. And you are you're trying to also think about how to get up there. Let me see. There is this moment of, I gotta be able to get up there, like, okay, maybe not me, but, and just behind you, there's a flicker of light of like fire, and in much the same way as the shadow was licking up your legs, there is a snake at your feet in like fire texture, just sort of floating around a little bit in front of you. It's moving like a sea snake, like just kind of this like cutting through the water, and it goes around you for a second, and then there's a and in a fiery flicker, you are up on the balcony next to Lane, and the snake is there with you.
And I'm screaming.
Shut up.
And the snake's
I
just
immediately
like,
slapped my hand over this guy's mouth.
and it's just,
You want them to
just
find us
hanging out.
faster?
Yeah, that snake fire.
Doesn't look, Dean. It looks friendly, at least to you.
I'm assuming
Everything
it
looks
vaguely
friendly.
it goes
Until it
around your
eats you.
leg. It goes around your leg a
Everything-
little.
Everything looks friendly until dinner time.
Do I have any semblance of I mean, it's a snake that's on fire. It's clearly some sort of other kind of creature. Do I have any idea what it might be?
Yeah, go ahead and a nature check.
That is a 16.
16. Nice, dirty 20. You see this creature, and it is it very much seems like some sort of elemental creature, made of pure fire. It has taken the form of like a sea snake of some kind. But yeah, it looks fairly, I wouldn't say harmless, but it does appear to be actively cooperative, and you saw it use its own ability of like teleportation in order to move move Cameron up there. You also saw that right after it teleported, Cameron didn't see this because Cameron was busy being teleported, that there was this little burst of fire right behind the teleportation. Like it would have been kind of dangerous to be left behind from that that ability.
It's friendly to you. It teleported you up here and points down. Would have hurt anything else that was left down there. It is made of fire. It's just taking the form of whatever this is.
Oh, that's perfect then. If it doesn't hurt me and it hurts everybody else, then we will get along just
Look at it,
fine.
pointing to where it's like curling around his legs, like
Trying to
it's
poke
clearly
it.
your friend of some kind.
You poke the fire, and it feels warm but not burning.
And I just wrap it around my neck.
Oh yeah, it just hangs there. Yeah, he's down. And yeah, once you do that, there is a noticeable calming in the creature as you just kind of drape it over your neck, and it just kind of curls and hangs out there like a scarf
Okay, I gotta admit,
made of
I
fire.
kind of like this.
You do seem to oddly go relatively well together.
And so yeah, so the two of you are up on this balcony. You're about halfway up from where the other two are perched above in the tower. What do you want to do from the balcony? What was the goal of getting up there? Do you want to follow them up, or?
I think it was get out of the direct way of anything that's coming into this space.
Ah, gotcha.
And I think theoretically, like, not be as far apart from the other two people that are theoretically our friends. I don't know.
I was gonna say, did we hear the scream?
Oh yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
You heard
heard
the scream of someone who had been like got their hand trapped in something sharp. It was a intense sound.
All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna get like the attention of this owl person. I'm gonna call her Feathers. Like, and just say, okay, we need to go back down. And I'm just gonna start heading back down.
Okay, so you guys can kind of scuttle down the stairs, and you can see a little bit of light coming from the opening in the wall that you had initially climbed into. You can continue downward the normal stairs, but you do have that little break in the wall if you want. I would say by the time you start getting down there, you feel like the brightness on your wings has started to dim.
Okay,
We're not technically in combat time, so.
Okay.
But yeah, you see them all. You see the two of them down there. They're not that far away from you. You actually suspect that the balcony they ended up on has an entry to the stairs.
Then yeah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna dismiss the wings or however it works.
You just kind of you just sort of exhale and you feel them they kind of disintegrate into little motes of light, little dust.
And then we'll walk down the stairs to where they are.
Okay.
Regroup.
How did you do that? Just curious.
No clue.
Mine are just attached.
I think mine are technically too, just not in a physical sense.
What did
Yeah.
it feel like? I'm just curious. What it's
Warm. Like,
warm. That's good.
like if you had pure light coming out of your entire body.
Might want to go see a cleric about that, but I mean, for you, it seems to work just fine.
Well, I think I've got that covered. And I hold up the holy symbol. Like, I don't know what this means, but that's a thing. And these are prayers.
It's a shape on a thing. I'm sure. I'm glad that you. Does it look familiar? Like, It
does not look like anything you can read. It's very beautiful, but yeah, you do not know how to read it.
So there's script on it, not a symbol.
Well, there's a holy symbol and the
whole,
tattoos are...
Which one were you talking about? The tattoo on her arm or the holy symbol on her other hand?
The holy symbol.
The holy symbol just has a like a paw embedded in metal. You can give me a nature check. Try to identify what it is.
That's a 10 on the die.
Okay. So 12. I mean, it's a clawed paw. Kind of looks a little like, I mean, it's clearly a mammal. But let me see. Yeah, it kind of looks like a bear. Kinda. You're not sure. You're not 100% sure. Kind of looks like a bear, though.
So we have, looks like there's a snake and then a bear and then an owl. There's a joke in here somewhere.
Probably.
If you tried hard enough, yeah.
Do you think that we're like defending this place? Because if so, we're doing a really bad job.
I doubt I defend a place that looks just bad. Me and my new snake, whose name, by the way, is now Loki.
Done.
I've decided.
Done.
But not defend such a place like this. It's worthless. I haven't even found nothing shiny here.
There's nothing shiny. Fuck this place.
Well, I mean,
I don't think she meant this particular building.
Oh, yeah. No, but there's some. I mean, there's people like climbing the walls, and there's a shiny glowy serpent thingy, and there were, they were loading up that big. They were loading that up again, but yeah, they don't look like much.
So what you're saying is we could probably kill them all and take all their shiny stuff.
That is a potential. I would like to remember like anything, though. I'd sure hate to kill somebody that I like.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe hold off on killing people.
But what if they try to kill me first?
Oh, then kill them.
You hear more on the doors.
Great
In the meantime, we
conversation.
should
I'm
probably...
just gonna yell back, just hold on. We are having a conversation.
I have the
There's
most...
How
there's
rude.
there's like a pause. No, fuck you.
the most like, really? I'm surrounded by idiots look on my face when that happens.
Such a weird look for Lane to have in a
Complete
game.
agreement here.
I know.
You are, in fact, surrounded by idiots.
It's not like that's my default character or anything.
What would anybody like? Like, what's everybody thinking right now? What's the
we
game
need
plan?
to
What do you
leave.
want?
We need to leave.
Kill all the
we
rude
need
people.
to get away from that and figure out what
Okay.
the fuck is happening.
So we have 2 votes for get away. We have 1 vote for fuck them up. What do we got, Kyle? You're the deal breaker, or you're the potential time maker.
I think that we can. I think that we can fuck them up while we get away.
There we go.
I know that.
Make a break for it through the direction they're coming from.
Oh, that would surprise him.
Would also
Or do
probably
the
get us
scorched
killed,
earth method of destroying everything behind this house. We leave.
I mean,
Okay.
the castle would only be improved by raising it.
Then nature can take it back over.
I
Your
like the cut of your jib.
your snake starts like curling around your neck, it like kind of twitching a little bit excitedly when you talk about burning the fucking room.
Yeah, see fire, and he's just gonna start singing
like a
fire.
Bad
Just
idea.
boom, boom, boom. Just keep singing.
Let me see what you can do with your. Oh yeah. You start singing, and the snake just slips off of your shoulders and just makes a beeline for the entryway of this place, looks for every tapestry it can find, and just starts like sailing up every tapestry, leaving this streak of flame behind it. And it takes literally seconds before the entire entryway is like coated in flames, and you're getting like sort of that secondary heat of like a sunburn from being this close to a fairly growing fire in front of you.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay,
gonna like
leaving.
the castle's on fire.
I'd like to
We
not
don't need
be
no
in the
water. Let
castle
the
when it's on
motherfucker
fire.
burn.
Excuse you.
All right, I'm gonna pick him up and just leave.
The sea elf? Or
Yes, I'm going to pick him up.
Oh, cool. You guys are about the same size. Go ahead and give me a strength check as you try to pick them up.
12.
12. Okay, with a 12 total.
Oh no. Nope.
Not
Okay.
happening.
What was that? Did you really think? Right? Did you
It's
think that
almost
through?
It's almost like she was trying to hug you. You think maybe?
Just hug you back. Just
Everyone gets
a
hugged.
sympathy pat.
Okay, it's okay.
See, it does make you feel better.
That's great and all,
Oh
but the room is on fire, and I don't think any of us are fireproof.
Have you tried?
He just raises his hand like,
Well, maybe. I am not fireproof, and I would like to be live. Thank you very much.
Incredible.
all right, come on, Loki, let's blow this.
And I will
I
look
think
for
there's a
way
word
to
for
go
that,
the other
but-
direction.
You're pretty sure like this thing's responding very well to you calling it Loki. You're pretty sure you might have just like got its name on the money. Yeah, it just does like another little turn around any wood it can find. This thing looks like it's like actively trying to locate the most flammable materials in the space, but then you call it and it just kind of redirects and heads towards you.
I'm just like, hey, if you see something on your way, who am I to stop you from having a little bit of fun?
We are in a forest, I believe. Or at
It's
least
foggy,
near...
it might be damp, you don't know.
Hey, sometimes you need to burn a little forest for new things to grow.
Hey.
That's not how it works.
Start looking for a direction to go so we can get the fuck out of here.
Okay, technically that is kind of how it works, but also you shouldn't be in the forest when you set it on fire.
That's fair. So the castle has, at least the entryway of this ruined castle is now on fire. Are you running the opposite direction, or are you running towards the doorway?
Oh, you know what's back
Or
that
doing
way.
anything
Let's go. Let's just keep going forward. Let's just.
Anyone
Yeah,
doing
I-
anything else before you leave? Is there just...
See, I will take one quick look around where we are, but everything's on fire, so I will move forward, I assume.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing much of value right here. Actually, give me an investigation check real quick, Lane.
Natural 20.
God damn it. So with a 26,
You have a complete 3D map of the room inside
yeah,
of your head.
basically, you are looking around this space and you see that there is imagery all over there's like reliefs, there's stone reliefs carved into the walls that are not covered in tapestries. So luckily the fire is not fucking those up. And you can see sort of with this slightly unnerving flicker of orange light around you now in the stonework, you can see that there are these reliefs that show several large lanterns designed into the image, as well as a sort of draconic looking figure. It's a little hard to kind of parse what it looks like quite. It's meant to be an abstraction, as there is this almost like serpentine body shape. But you see these lanterns and a figure almost sage-like that is like holding their head, and there's like waves of something coming out. Again, it looks like very old.
Important historical building.
It looks very old.
I feel like I'm gonna be mad about all of this later.
You were also looking for things on your person, weren't you, Lane?
Yes, I was just trying to figure out what was on me.
Yeah, sounds good. Oh. Mouse would like some more info for Kyle. Okay, noted.
Ooh.
You find well, you've been holding on to what looks to be some sort of quarterstaff. And there is a really elaborate bracelet along your wrist that has a couple of different little gemstones in it.
Okay.
And you're looking around, so you're holding the quarterstaff. You have a bag that appears to have a collection of sort of miscellaneous materials in it, as well as a very beautiful orb inside that it has like cracks inside it, and when you look, it almost looks like a nebula, like it's got lots of cloudiness and different colors going on inside it. I'm gonna just, with the absurdity of the Arcana checks you've been rolling, I'm gonna say that you see the bracelet on you, and as you're kind of assessing and sort of making an inventory of your resources and what you have, you kind of go into this sort of survival mode. You look at the stones, and there's almost a bit of intent in the back of your mind as the stones all light up and start showing you in three-dimensional and like weird directions this flow of information and pictures and words in like almost a hologram along your wrist. You see maps and spells and all sorts of information that you might want.
Good to know.
The rest of you see like a flicker of like an illusion show up on his wrist, and then you can turn it off.
Not that for later. When I'm not in the building that's on fire.
Sure. Did I miss anybody else trying to do something real quick before you left, or are you all just gonna book it away from the fire?
I'm leaving.
Okay. You're running down the hallway.
A long stare at the fire, then turn around and leave.
Like, that'll do.
I will say that I will be like trying to keep enough, keep close enough to every individual that I could like jump in front of them.
Okay. All right, so you are all fucking off. Down the hallway. away from the fire. You hear, right around the time you turn a corner, you hear the crashing of the door as it busts open, and then all of a sudden you hear, oh, holy shit, as people realize like there's just an inferno in front of them as they open the door.
We have turned this building into an oven.
A little bit.
I'm just gonna be laughing as I'm running.
Oh my god. Just maniacal laughter running down the hallway as you go. You all have a moment of why isn't that more disturbing than it should be? And you all book it down the hallway. As you exit the sort of entryway area, there's you run past a dining room, what looks to be like a dining hall. There's a couple of sort of preparation rooms, like kitchen and a couple of other things. You run and you seem like you're in a sort of a large it's a large space that has a big staircase that heads upstairs, and then there's two big staircases that go downstairs. It's like this big elaborate like architectural moment that someone designed. The whole place is dimly lit with some of the daylight that's coming through the crumpled walls and roof, but just above you there is this beautiful multi-ringed, almost like an astrolabe, like some sort of like celestial measurement thing, but a chandelier that is up above you. A little seen better days. It's a little rusted out, but it looks like it used to be made of maybe bronze or brass. But it's definitely kind of greening a little bit and very dull. It has not been polished in a very long time. But it's like multiple concentric rings and things that are all.
So it's like relatively dark, right?
Yeah, it's like a dim blue in here. It's getting a little harder to see just because there's black smoke kind of wafting through the halls.
I'm gonna hold up my like glowy hand and try to like make a light source.
Okay. Just using your hand as the light source?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just focus on creating light.
Sure. I think
How big is the artifact?
I think somebody has a clue about what they are. What do you want to make light? I mean, you're just looking at the chandelier, or
no, just light.
Sure.
Any kind.
You 10 feet in any dimension. Honestly, though, you're looking around. You're just like, let there be light, and I'm gonna say that the chandelier is the most obvious thing in the room, and the whole thing. This thing is probably like 8 feet diameter. It's a big fuck all chandelier piece. It just lights up in every little crevice as it gives off this bright, almost daylight effect. It does not appear to be designed to give off light in this manner. It has just all of a sudden set a light. Up or down?
Well, I mean, if down goes underground, then there's not much of a way to get away, unless there's a way to get away and we don't know about it. But if we go up, we can get away very quickly. Down.
But we might be followed.
Yeah, and I'd rather not be buried alive or cooked in a pretty much an oven, because I'm pretty sure this whole place is going to burn to the ground.
I say we go up to get out and deal with anybody that might follow us.
I wonder if we can make it so that it would trick them into going the opposite direction from where we go.
Yeah, let's drop them in the basement.
We are not trapping a bunch of people that we don't remember in the basement of a burning building.
They're assholes. Did you see how rude they was to me?
But also, that is incredibly cruel.
They're trying to kill us.
You said I have maps on my magic bracelet thing. Do I have anything that looks like it might be a map of this place?
You conjure this this repository of information, and you start. It takes a second for you to kind of figure out how to navigate it. It's almost like an orb that you can kind of physically shift and slide. It kind of acts like a little virtual puzzle box, and it appears to be the rest of you. If you even remotely try to understand what he's doing, I don't fucking know.
No.
It is
Out of character,
so,
I don't know what this is.
It's so elaborate, it's so convoluted, but he only takes a few moments and is starting to actually sift through it pretty quickly. And eventually you get to a section that has maps, and you find not necessarily this like interior view, but you do find the region.
Okay.
You find you see the little valley that this place sits in, and you see what appears to be the shape of this temple. So there's this, or not temple, but this castle-like structure. There is a tall tower in the front. There's a little bridge. It's got a wall protecting it, and there appears to be a second tower behind it, something a little taller. Has a dome on it.
That's sort of helpful.
And I will get you relevant names in a moment.
Thank you. I will note this information, but it's not super helpful right now. It's not what I was actually looking for.
Yeah, it's not a floor plan.
Just look at it and then make it go away.
Okay, wipe it away.
Up, then?
Up works for me.
What? Does anybody talk to ask these people why they chasing y'all? Because I know they're not chasing me, so it has to be y'all.
I mean, I could go ask.
Just gonna shout like down the hall, just, hey, why y'all chasing these people?
You just hear weapons and shouting, they're down this way!
Yeah, they don't really seem to be in a talking sort of mood.
Yeah, see, I don't think they like y'all very much.
So you guys go upstairs. I'm gonna go downstairs, and I'll make a distraction to draw them down.
Then how will you get back out? Back
I'm
up?
very quiet. I don't think they'll
That
notice
is
me.
that is true. That's
You
very
are
true.
also
You are
very
quiet.
small, so what if one of them like grabs you?
I will bite
Can
them.
you get free?
That is a very good plan.
The little owlin's feathers kind of like stand up a little bit. What if one of them comes at you? And yeah, when you say I'll hit them, it's just kind of a sort
I
of
said I'll
a-
bite them.
Yeah, when you say you bite them, like your feathers kind of stand up.
I was gonna say, you might have more viable ways of fighting than biting people.
You have spike
massive
hands.
gauntlets.
To be honest, these things look ridiculous.
They look,
They look effective.
badass.
Oh,
They look
I
like they could
didn't-
do some damage.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that. I just
They look weird, but I'm sure that they hurt.
Out of all the magic things I've ever seen, they're like my second most favorite thing. That was a bad joke.
well, I guess if somebody's in front of me, I can always use these.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Congratulations. Thank you for playing. So, you do you do that? Do you
I think that's what we're
you do
doing.
the breakup? Or you split the party? It's the first time I've ever had this party split in this game. It's fun. All right, so you head up, and the owl heads down. You very For some reason, the image in my head of this stocky little owl just like down the stairs makes me very happy. So the three of you rush up the stairs, try to run as fast as you can to get out of view. And do you stay, or do you head downstairs before you see these soldiers or these folk come in, Kyle?
I think she'd wait for them to get a little bit closer to like start to know that they're advancing down the hall, and then would I guess start hovering so she's not actually touching the ground, and then making noise against the walls, or trying to basically maybe with the knives, the spikes on the gauntlets, just like dragging them down like sounding very Pyramid Head, but like not as intense.
Okay, cool. No, I love that.
I'm just
go
imagining
ahead.
Pyramid Head, but as a tiny little owl.
Pyramid owl.
Honestly, it would still be scary.
You look around and look for the most reverberating surfaces that you can. As you head downstairs, you see that there are this is gonna be fun. You see that there are these large metal doors down here. It's not like a dungeon. It looks more like where people keep their valuables in case of a siege. Cameron's gonna be so pissed.
Oh.
All the shinies.
Is the door locked?
It appears to be locked, yes.
Can I punch the lock?
Yes. Would you like to punch the lock?
I think so. It will also make noise.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
So there's that double effect, but like I guess since a lot of the stuff in this castle has looked like it's in a state of decay. And the bronze just up above definitely had like verdigris going on. Does this door show any sign of decay?
It definitely has a few pop marks in it from age, and there are these kind of like metal secure beams against it, kind of like barn door, but like made of metal, that look like they have begun rusting out a little bit.
Ooh,
so it's
rust
not like
is good.
It's not like the most pristine looking door.
Yeah, I want to concentrate on the rusty bits. If there's any rusty bits around where is it immediately apparent where the lock would be, like the locking mechanism?
Yeah, there is a lock, sort of an internal mechanism, around where there's a handle, like a sort of like a little pry bar kind of handle.
Okay. If there's any rusty spots near the lock, that's where she's going to concentrate her attention.
Sounds great. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
That's a 12 on the die.
Okay. An 18. You definitely substantially hit the door. And you do 11 points of slashing damage on the door as you hit, and it sends a shockwave of pain up your fist as you punch this metal door, and you hear the worst noise. It sounds like a Mad Max school board chalkboard as you scraping against it, just down the front of this thing as you punch it, and you hit it once and it hurts. Do you keep hitting it?
Yes.
Okay. You are making like a pretty significant scratch in some of these secure bars. And you keep punching. You're just like, boom, boom, boom. It's very rocky.
Oh, please don't hurt yourself.
And as you do that, you let out these little like grunts, and you do like one. You see that you're wearing it down pretty well, and there's one good hit would do it. And as you punch, like with every ounce of your body weight, you very instinctively let out so much air, but it comes out sounding and echoing down through the hall as like an eagle screech, as it's just like, and you hit really hard, and you hear this buckle from the secure bars on the door, and you have like torn at this lock. It was pretty ready to collapse.
Cool. We'll try to open the door.
You hear some footfalls, like heavy footfalls coming in from up the stairs, heading in your direction. As you pull at the door, give me a strength check.
Okay. 15 on the die.
15 with a 19. You small but mighty. You pry the door. It makes a dragging noise, and there is a whoosh of cold air that hits you, kind of flutters your wings a little bit, as you see there is a full-on gap where there was a wall at the end of this room, and it is empty. Like it looks out over a cliff edge. There's a couple of strewn pieces of, you see some weaponry, you see some coins, but overall you see a scrape that comes from what you have to imagine a claw the size of your body, just pulling towards the edge of this room. Something much bigger than you appears to have already accessed this room a long time ago.
Well, that's somewhat disappointing. I could have just flown in here.
If you'd known it existed.
So, she's gonna just, I guess, grab a couple of coins and then
Sure.
fly to go try to meet her friends,
Okay.
Question mark?
allies.
As you turn to go, some of the things on your belt, because I hadn't really told you what you had on you, some of the things on your belt kind of rattle a little bit. You appear to have some sort of sling on you, made of leather of some kind, with these beautiful rocks in your pocket that are clacking together, and they look almost like eggs, but they're definitely stone. But they have that kind of shape to them. And you also clang against, it's padded, but you have some sort of like hunting horn attached, or like it's a little closer to musical than like practical in terms of what it looks like.
Hand,
So you have,
hand
I
goes
just want
to
to make
the
sure you
beak,
know what you have.
hand goes to the beak. It's like, oh, that's not for me.
How do you know? Have you tried?
Gonna try to like do a little toot.
Sorry, I just need a moment.
Context, Angela. Context.
I know. I want to do a little toot. Is just what I heard. Yeah, you hold on to the horn, and you see that this horn is actually designed in such a way that all you have to do is like you could just use your tongue to seal it and play with it. So it's a bit more of like a clarinet than than a trumpet in terms of a horn.
Okay.
So maybe it's not a horn technically. But yeah, you could like call out with it if you wanted to. It seems specifically designed for a beaked person.
Yeah, then give a couple more doot-doots on my way out, and we'll fly
Sure.
to fly to go meet the allies.
Ooh. So what we'll say is you hear the cries of some of the soldiers, and you're at the door of this completely destroyed vault, and you give off a couple, and then you rush to the other stairs. Like you just take off on the other side where they're heading straight for the noise you just made. And yeah, they're idiots. These soldiers are rushing down as you just slip past, and they are none the wiser that you were down there. Heading up the stairs, as very successful, very good. Heading up the stairs, you, Lane, Thea, and Cameron, you are rushing up, and you see that there are a few residential rooms. There's some bedrooms or some guest quarters, but there is another staircase heading upwards that seems to have a lot of similar symbology that Thea would recognize as some of the things that are on her tattoo. There's celestial on the walls.
Can I read it?
Sure. It is much in the same way that your arm tattoos are like a prayer. Either this is also prayer, or you just gather that this language might come across as prayer, the way it is phrased. But it talks about the heavenly spheres. It talks about peering into the distance of existence. It talks about like the holy view of creation. It's talking about the sky in a lot of different poetic ways, which makes sense.
Okay.
You're heading upstairs towards a tower, as far as Lane's character knows.
Mm-hmm.
You have like a few moments before those soldiers show up at the base of the stairs. We're like basically rewinding a little bit to when Kyle first went downstairs. Any of the three of you can decide to do anything. It's up to you. Or try to find information or determine something. Have I...
Just going through all of the residential rooms.
Glancing through? Sure, give me a perception check.
I was really good at looking for things before, so I'm gonna look around and see if I see anything interesting.
I rolled a 5.
A 5. That's a 9. That's not too bad. I'm gonna say that your passive is even stronger than your attempt to actively look for things, so I'll give you the passive. You start. Lane, also give me a perception check. You are searching through each of these rooms. You kind of glance in. You see lots of dust, lots of old furniture, a couple of chests and dressers that seem like they are not. They don't seem to be disturbed in any way. They're just dusty and old. I will say that there's a part of you every time you go in, or every time you glance in, the snake at your neck kind of twists a little bit, and you become hyper aware of how much stuff in this room is flammable.
My
You
roll
see
was
his
an
eye
11, by
twitch.
the way.
What was your number, Lane?
11.
11, okay.
Can I make a religion check to see if I can tell what the writings might be if they are religious in nature?
Sure. Go ahead.
13.
Nice. So with a 12, you are you are I mean, there is some reference in there of the gods above or the heavenly spheres. So there's at least an acknowledgement in the writing that there is a realm of higher beings that are to be found and are somehow related to the sky. It's not overtly religious. It's just acknowledging sort of the magical reality of the fact that there are gods in this world, and that a lot of them are up. Theoretically.
A lot, but not all.
Yeah, many of them.
Yeah.
With Lane, with your, you said 14. What are you looking for? What kind of interest are you looking for?
Seeing if I can see any more of that, like, carving that I saw on the walls downstairs.
Oh, sure.
Or just anything else that might seem, like, interesting or magical of any kind of nature, because I'm getting a vibe I'm good at figuring that out.
Okay. Let's see. You look around and it's a little dark around you, but you don't have much trouble seeing anything. You do note that you have dark vision. And you 14. Yeah. Not in the bedrooms, really. Are there any, is there anything like that? But you do note that there is some abstraction on the wall heading to the second, like on the second staircase, like right as you're facing it, that there is something vaguely similar to that figure holding their head with light beams coming out of it, but they seem a little calmer, and they're, as instead of grasping their head, they're sort of holding it a little bit at their sides, and that light has kind of started, those light rays have sort of started surrounding them a little bit more. So it seems like a progression rather than a repeat of the design from downstairs.
Huh. Interesting.
Let's see. You also you see that there are you get a ping in your head.
Oh.
Something that overtly tells you something just got into a space you were trying to protect.
Do I know where that space that I'm trying to protect is?
I don't think that's in the phrasing of the spell.
I don't know. That's why I asked. I
think-
don't remember if it is either.
I think it's just, hold on. Alerts you with a ping in your mind if you are within 1 mile of the warded area. So no, you do not know the exact location of the
that's
place.
fine.
But
That's
you
fine.
know
I
that
couldn't
somebody
remember
has
either.
just gotten into a space that you were trying to ward, or at least be aware of entry. That they were not allowed in.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Nothing I can
Just
do about
add-
that at this point.
Just to add a little bit of stress to it, like, oh,
Yeah,
okay,
just-
cool.
There's like a little bit of.
Okay,
That's great.
upon
That's
hearing
great.
that,
No,
I have
great.
a question.
Yes, yeah.
Do we hear a loud bang right as he gets that ping?
Yes, Angela.
I'm checking. Not a loud bang,
But a noise.
a slight noise.
Trying to figure out if the warded area is that safe.
Yeah.
Oh, is that safe? I think you hear the scraping, but that's not when the ping happens. The ping happens just before that.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
So it is
that would-
not
that would be
related to
mean.
what it
That
is
would
not
be
related
mean.
to what Kyle just opened.
That's what I would do as a DM.
Just to fuck with people. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Okay, fine. I'm annoyed about something, and I don't know why.
Good for you. Let's
Someone got into something of mine, and I don't know what or where it is, but I don't like that.
No, that's valid. Okay, so is there would you like to go up or would you like to continue looking around over here? You start to hear some shouting as some of the soldiers or some of those we're gonna call them soldiers. I don't have a good word for them otherwise. As you hear the soldiers coming into the main hall where the stairwell is.
I would probably try to go further away from them, but I don't know what my other two friends.
Like you want to head towards the stairs?
Yeah.
Like towards the upper
I don't know
stairs?
what the other two are gonna do, but
Yeah.
when
Yeah,
I hear
I'm
noise,
gonna
I
follow.
instinctively want to go away from the noise. So.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Sounds good.
follow and just be close my eyes and saying like, just don't see me, don't see me, don't see me.
As you do that, you see that, well, you don't, so you're just kind of like focused, but the rest of you see that telltale shadow kind of start creeping a little bit, but it's also touching your feet.
This is what I think it is.
I think it is what you think it is. I need you all to give me stealth checks as you're trying to get away without them knowing where you're going.
7.
11.
17, 21,
15.
25.
It is what I think
So,
it is.
No, okay, no, I know what that is. I know what it is.
Yeah, but
Plus,
this,
how about this? 25. You actually got a 28, Lane, and Cameron. You actually got, like, you guys have a little bit more than that. I forgot to check your modifiers. So yeah, with this intensity of the moment, despite that, you make no sound. Which is really interesting, Kyle, because you're quietly rushing up and you're like, okay, I just gotta hear the clodding, right? And you don't hear them as you're coming up. Like, you're actually not even sure they're there as you slip up the stairs and you see them, you see a couple of shadows start to rush up the second set of stairs. You're probably about 30, maybe 40 feet behind them.
All right, we'll try to catch up to the shadows.
Sure. You just start rushing. It is not difficult for you to catch up. You are an incredibly fast little fucker. And as you start getting to the stairs, you hear, "Oh, I found the eaglet!" As there was a soldier up on the top of the stairs looking at you.
Friend or foe?
Points a crossbow at you.
I don't like that. Gonna get rid. Yeah, just try to avoid it as best as possible.
Do we hear
sounds
or
good.
see this?
You're up the stairs already, rushing upwards, but you do hear a little bit of shouting below. You might hear, "Oi, I found the eaglet."
Okay.
And he's gonna make a shot. And that is a 15, which does unfortunately hit you, as you are not wearing any armor.
I don't have any like extra dexterous moves that I can pull off.
No, you don't. You can't catch anything. You can't. So you get right into your shoulder, or no, right into your wing, that motherfucker. It's the biggest thing on you. You know, it's bigger than you are, so he's gonna aim for the wings. And he pegs your wing, and there's just this bright pain that goes through your wing and up your shoulder, and you get mad. You take 5 damage.
That's a surprise. That's a surprise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There is this feeling of righteous fury. And there's something also about being called an eaglet that bothers you. It feels diminutive. It feels condescending in a way that makes you want to show this guy how much of an eagle you actually are. It's entirely up to you if you actually attack him. I just want to let you know what the impulse is
yes.
in your deep in your chest. It's entirely up to you, though. I don't want to.
Oh yeah. Well, like, because I know that I can move fast without flying, because we established that earlier. So we'll just run up the stairs and like try to kneecap this guy with the blue shells. Just like.
Incredible. Go ahead and give me an attack.
12 on the die.
12 on
I've
the
been
die.
rolling a lot of 12s tonight.
That's fine. That gives you an 18 to hit. You definitely hit him. And you do 7 slashing damage to him as you're kneecapping him. So you just punch right into the kneecap, and you hear a crack, and it's not from the shells on your hand. As you hear the guy go, "Whoa, little shit." He takes a knee, just like you just did. Well, not just like, you took a knee in a different way. What do? He hits the ground.
Throw him down the stairs.
Okay, give me an athletics check. Shove him.
I love
Nat
this
20.
image.
Yes,
Boom.
20.
There it is.
Yes.
24. This guy's like, "Oh, you little shit," and he's like balancing a little off, and you're like, "Oh fuck no!" And you reach out with your foot, with your claw, and you just shove really hard, and your wings kind of give you that extra little burst as you just this is Sparta, this motherfucker, down the
Sparta.
stairs. This is Sparta.
This is Berta.
As you shove, and he just is like, and just down the stairs. A bunch of the other soldiers, and there's probably about 10 of them total. A bunch of them like see the fall and like glance up, but they're a little ways away. This guy had run up ahead. He must have been a scout or something.
It's better to fly with the eagles than run with the turkeys on the ground.
Holy shit.
Hell yeah! What do you do?
I mean, how do these guys look as far as like seeing their comrade? Like, how's this guy looking first? How are they
he's
looking?
looking shitty. He's looking real shitty. Like he hit the ground and the wind got knocked out of him, and he's like, oh. Like he's
All
not
right.
doing good.
So
But he's also
tell me,
like 20 feet away from you. Down. on the stairs.
would I have the strength of will to resist just teaching all of these guys a lesson?
You are angry, but it's not something that you can't like focus. You're not like I'm trying to. Yeah, you're feeling primal ferocity in the deep depths of your chest, but it's not something that. Yeah, go ahead and ask.
I guess what I'm trying to surmise is, would this be suicidal?
No.
Like, okay, like going down and attacking them.
Oh, you mean would the act be overtly dangerous for you.
Yeah, like I.
Oh yeah,
I
there's
might not
like
come back
9
from
guys
this.
down there, and they're bigger than you. And even if you're stronger or you're faster, like there are enough of them that one of them could get off, a hit. And yeah, you're outnumbered significantly.
All right, so the strength in numbers, and so we'll go to try to find the allies.
Okay.
If you know what's good for you, you better stop.
There's another crossbow being raised from somebody else in the slight distance down below. So you run. You start heading up the stairs.
But like, keep my eyes fixed on the guy.
Owl.
Like, but as I turn to run up the stairs, just like.
You just keep your head going. That's amazing. I'll give you an intimidation check.
A 6.
All right, with 9. He rolled a nat 1. He's fucking terrified of this little owl that knocked him down the stairs.
Your
I love
eyes
rolling.
like catch the light just right.
Mm-hmm.
A little twitch in your beak.
It's
You're
that crow meme.
angry.
Yep, that's what I was
Dude,
thinking
like-
too.
Yeah, you just there is a ferocity to your and confidence to you that just you caught this guy off guard. He basically thought you were a child, and it's like, nope, no, I'm a wild fucking animal. You back the fuck off, and you give off that feeling as you rush, almost faster than you were before. Just silent, like a horrifying ninja. You just disappear, and you hear them kind of like, oh, there's why. They're scrambling up past this guy, and some of them are actually trying to pick up the guy that got fucked up, but most of them are running past him.
Just looking for their allies at this point.
All right. Won't take long. You get nearly on their heels as you all reach the top of the stairs, and you see you've gone up about 2 rotations of a very large, generous spiral staircase, and you get to the top, and you are in a massive domed room. The ceiling has glass panes along it. You can see the sky. And it looks like there's almost these chains and pulley systems that you could peel the glass panes away to have open view of the sky. And at the very base on the very center of this sort of round room, at what seems to be at the top of this tower, there is elaborate stenciling in the tile of different types of circles and what well, I won't tell you what it almost looks like. I would like somebody to give me a let's say an Arcana check.
Then that's probably me.
Sure.
Natural 20.
God damn it. It's fine. I'm happy you got an at 20. It's fine. This is perfect, actually. I act like I'm mad, but it's the most perfect thing that could have happened. You reach the top of the stairs, and you know exactly what this is. This is an arcane observatory. You see on the ground there are star maps on the ground. Things that you distinctly recognize. For whatever reason, you know that these are not this region of the Astral Sea, and you don't know why you know that, but you do. That this is actually targeted towards another place. You just kind of follow along the silver outlines on the floor, very conscious of the fact that these are heading to these are sort of representative of other realms in the greater universe. That this is a tiny spot in a larger sphere, this planet that you're on, or this world that you're on, and that there are lots of spheres, and this design is aimed at a different region than where you are. Almost like a either communication or teleportation or some other purpose, some means of reaching out to that space.
Okay.
Thea, there is celestial written everywhere.
Can I try to read it?
Sure. You see sentiments of becoming greater than oneself. You see concepts of communicating with another realm, exploring, expanding knowledge. You see concepts of reaching out to become a higher being by expanding your reach and expanding your understanding of the worlds, plural. And you also see a hint of let's call it paternalism. Let's say somebody being smart enough, strong enough, powerful enough to lead the lesser folk to a brighter future.
Okay.
Cameron, nothing in here is flammable. It's kind of frustrating. It's all stone and metal and glass, which has already been put through a fire. That's not helpful. I'm just kidding. Is there anything? There is shiny stuff here. I will say that.
The first thing I say when I get in here is, "Don't touch anything."
And he thinks I want to touch
remark.
everything.
Too late for that. I didn't touch
It's
like.
your fault if you get blown up or cursed or whatever.
So Karen, what would you like to do as you see that there's a bunch of stuff embedded in the walls? There are a lot of sort of glass contraptions that look almost alchemical, but they're very thick. Like the glass is really thick on them.
Yeah, the alchemical stuff. I want to look at that.
Sure. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
A 7.
Investigation. Yeah, with a 7, you're like, I just imagine the camera panning down as you lean over and you're like, yeah, that's glass. As you're not really sure the implication of any of this stuff, you're like, yep.
Do I have anything on me big enough to carry these things?
You can, of course you have it. You seem to have a bag with a face on it.
God.
Yeah, I just start shoving stuff into
Why
them.
does the kleptomaniac have the bag of holding?
I think the question is, why would you let the kleptomaniac keep the bag of holding? It makes perfect sense why he has it.
He probably swiped it off of one of us.
Probably.
Lane, as you're looking around, you get a slight hint of deja vu. Like you have been in this room before. And you, what's your passive perception? Give me a perception check as you have that revelation.
19.
19. Cool. 20, 21, 22. You catch a little bit of very familiar slightly magenta light off on a corner.
We'll
And
move towards that to see what the fuck that is.
you look over to it and you see, for a moment, it almost looks like a little rip in the air. It's kind of shifting just a little bit. And as you get closer, you actually realize it's a ribbon kind of floating in the air. But you're very much drawn to it as something that seems familiar to you.
Okay. I'll just sort of look at it and then very, very slowly reach my hand towards it. Not touch it just quite yet, but like see how close I can get to this thing.
It kind of shifts a little close to your fingertips as you get closer to it, like it's almost attracted to your hand.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try and grab the thing.
Hi Raven. Hello Raiders. Welcome. So Lane, you touch the ribbon, and there is an instinctive understanding that there is something you're supposed to do with it.
Okay.
And let me double check something. It is only somatic components. As you touch and grasp the ribbon, you just like sort of instinctively trace the back of your head, like at your temple and back.
Okay.
And you have a sudden awareness of something very specific. You have a vision.
Okay.
You see the four of you, sorry. You see the four of you in this room. And you distinctly see all of you each together touching a like sort of cylindrical shape that has some writing on it that you can't quite see from it. Oh, it's a memory, you'd see it. It is distinctly about hiding something about yourselves in order to protect this room. That if you had your memories, someone was going to find you.
I think someone's already found us, but
Well, someone else. You also know that this place is called Namashal's Roost.
okay, do
Is
I
what this
know
castle
what
is called.
that means?
You know that Namashal's Roost is a place that was designed to access the higher celestial realms. It was a place of study, kind of like a church mixed with a not a university, but like a think tank, we'll say. And a name pops out in the memory that you're trying to avoid, Zolian. Xolian.
Okay. Well, I think I have good news and not good news.
It's right around then, Lane, that you remember, one, that your name is Asian, and two, that this is the room you cast alarm in. Karen, I need you to give me a dex save as something comes at you from behind.
16.
16. So 18. You dodge just out of the way as a beam of energy explodes the piece of glass that you were just about to grab to continue throwing things into your bag. Your Loki unwraps from your neck and just starts hissing kind of between you and the source of that energy. And you just like kind of dive and slide out of the way.
It's like, what was that for?
And there is a tall figure, almost skeletal, almost like looks like jerky kind of figure, but yellowish muddy skin with tattoos all over his face and arms, and he has almost a look of like an ancient warrior. He's very muscular, doesn't have a shirt on, but has like robes on, and is holding something very not dissimilar to what Asian has on his wrist. And that is where the energy kind of comes from, as he pointed at you with this like sickly green light.
I'm just gonna point the wand at him and be like, hey, listen, I could probably do something like that too. So if I was you, I wouldn't test me now.
So you're gonna threaten, you're not gonna attack yet, you're just gonna threaten him.
He's trying to attack.
Okay, yeah.
Just-
You better
he's
be
just
careful
thinking.
or I'm gonna fucking do something.
Yeah, he's just thinking in his head, just like, be gone. Like, make this person just go away.
I just imagined you better be careful. I might do something while you're fumbling to try to figure out how to fire a gun.
Pretty much. That's exactly
That's
what
the
he's
vibe
doing.
I was getting.
You aim and yeah, so you're just like, you better get out of the way, and then Loki kind of coasts down your arm, wraps around, kind of spirals down your arm, down the wand, and rolls into almost a spherical shape as this ball of fire doesn't so much get thrown at the figure, but kind of just starts bowling ball rolling at him, and the figure has to sort of like dodge a little bit out of the way as you've gotten him off kilter. At
See,
this
look, I
point,
told you.
at this point, since Cameron technically is top of the initiative order, we're gonna have you each go into initiative and tell me something you would like to do with this figure that is trying to fuck with you. So next is
He broke my stuff.
next is Lane. Lane, you are up.
I come around the corner and I see this happening, and I see this guy, and there's like this look of like realization and frustration on my face, and I hold up my hand, and I really would like to just throw him out one of these glass windows, but I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I just want to fuck him up. But if I can throw him through something, that would be really nice and make me feel good.
Sure. Your sort of your bracelet kind of lights up a little bit and shows off with a couple of words in a language that you instinctively know, but you're not quite sure what it is offhand.
And they can't see us.
Oh, let me
We've
see.
lost cameras.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did the
That's
thing.
my fault. My fault. So many layers. There we go. I dragged the camera accidentally. Live television, everybody. So you are, let me see. For you, what do we got here? I'm just grabbing a look at the spells you've got.
You're good.
There is, okay, that was the problem, is I had it I had it in your spell book, but I hadn't
But
prepared
not-
it,
it
so I
wasn't
didn't
prepared it.
see that
Yeah.
it was there. You oh, that's so good. You said you want to kick him out of the room? You want to
I
like
want to throw him out the window. Is what I would like to do, but I don't think I can do that. So I just want to get him out of this room.
next best thing, as you reach out and you twist space around this figure, and he kind of folds a little bit. But let's see.
That's quite enough, thank you.
He twists a little bit, and you see for a split second, as there's an equal twisting of space-time outside the window, as you're trying to like force him out, and he rolled a nat 20 on his save. As he just kind of exhales, and the gravity magic that you were shoving at him kind of like ripples off, and he glares at you. Damn it, I did it again. He doesn't glare at you, he grins at you, and he says, "Why are you trying to help these Flatlanders? We are their betters."
I don't know what you're talking about, but that sounds like a load of shit to me.
Amazing. It is Thea's turn, and then Kyle.
I'm just gonna kind of do the same thing that these two have been doing that seems to be working out for people. I'm just gonna hold up my hand, the glowing one, and see what happens.
There is a moment of you almost praying a little bit under your breath, thinking about the words that are written on your hand as you just kind of pew pew. And
I do finger guns to fire spells.
Yes.
As
Maury would be proud.
As you let out a crackling white, almost lightning, but not quite, bit of energy that rushes out towards the figure and like wraps around his torso, and you just kind of hold onto it as this like radiant energy pulses between this connective beam of light between you and the creature, or the asshole, we'll call him. Not so much a creature. He's a person. He's just an asshole. And when you do,
I know that's probably a very specific spell. I just don't know what it is.
That's okay. That's okay. And yeah, so it feels like, ugh. And he just sort of glares at you as you're just holding on to this almost like lasso around him. You feel like if you hold it, you can keep pushing energy at him. Kyle.
Cool. So this being has seen all of us, knows that we're all here. Or have I entered the room? Like, was I in there?
You were at the top of the stairs. I don't think he's seen you yet. I think he was like around some stuff attacking Cameron. He was like hiding before.
I think she would like to emphasize her natural talents and just cold cock this guy in the back of the head.
Yes.
Give me an attack roll.
Commit punch.
I'll hold him, you hit him.
Oh my god, amazing.
That's a 19 on the die.
All right. So that's a 25, I think. That'll hit. As you rush, you basically dash around like to the back of this figure, as you see Thea just holding on to this spell, and silent, swift, and absolutely deadly, you just punch him right in the back of the head with these spiked razors on your fists, and Oh,
It just dawned on me
moly.
that right now I'm basically Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Except instead of truth, it's pain. And you are you do a severe amount of damage to the back of this guy. He's not super strong. He's not super well protected even. He seems like someone who, as Lane could attest, isn't really thinking that highly of people from this place. As you hear him wail out in pain, and he almost collapses a little bit. And
Holding
Thea,
him
you're
up.
okay. Give me an Arcana check.
14.
Okay, with a 15, you focus a little bit. You're praying a little harder, and you feel the light from this lasso sort of tighten and solidify a little bit as you impart more force on it. And yeah, he gets a little held upwards as there's just blood pouring down the back of this guy. Then Cameron, Loki, as this ball is just like rolling around in front of this guy.
Yeah, I'm pissed that he just called himself my better.
Mm-hmm.
It's like just going off in a rant. It's like, how dare you call me your better? Ain't nobody
Cameron's
better
eyes
than
start
me.
flaming.
He said, why don't you just burn? He's gonna point his staff at him and just think in his head, just like, burn this. I just want him gone.
Ooh, okay. I'm on the wrong page, on the wrong person. There we go. You are, yeah. You watch as 3 beams of fire sort of shoot out from the wand that you're holding and then coalesce together into what almost looks like a wave as it just crushes over this guy, and there is a scream of pain. That's not that bad. And yeah, he's just, you have this knowledge in the back of your head that is, everyone burns.
He's just laughing.
And there's that flame in the back of your eyes is just bright and furious at this idea that this being, 1, tried to kill you, 2, broke your stuff, and 3, totally your stuff, by the way, totally your stuff, finders keepers, and 3 has deigned to consider you a lesser being after everything you have seen yourself capable of in the last few
look
moments.
At me. Of course I'm a higher being than this, whoever he is.
As you're casting this fire, there's always been this, and I hadn't really described it, there's always been this slight bit of moisture on your skin, like the scales and stuff, and there's like a sizzle as all of that water starts evaporating off of you, like boiling off of you. Was that goosebumps, Kyle?
Oh yeah, that was goosebumps.
Nice. All right. Lane. Or should I say Asian?
Asian, yeah.
The rest of us still have no idea what's really going on.
Nope.
Yeah,
Lane's
no.
the only one that knows.
Yeah, I look at this guy and I still don't know what the fuck he wants, but I am not down with whatever. I clearly was not down with whatever he wanted to do before, and I'm not down with it now. So I just look at him and I hit my staff against the ground. And I like to imagine that I'm standing in like near one of these like circles or things on the ground.
Sure.
And I just want him to understand how painful it is to forget something about yourself because of somebody else. Like, I am angry and annoyed that he's still here and he's still trying to fuck us up while there's still people chasing after us. And yeah, that's what's going through their head.
Uh-huh.
Yes, yes, Angela?
I'm just checking levels. I'm just checking spell levels.
Yep, I know.
I can't believe you. I can't believe you.
But can you, though? You can. You know me.
Hold on. I'm just double checking.
I didn't think I had that, so...
I don't think you do too, but I have something vaguely similar. Actually, you might have something. Hold on.
Oh no.
This is when the power word kill comes out.
Oh my god.
I mean, that wasn't what I was thinking about in the moment, but
It would be funny.
I mean, I don't want to kill him right now. I know. I'm angry.
Oh yeah, see, I want him dead.
I mean, that's valid.
That's fair. But also, he's the... I mean, I'm the only one who knows that he's the entire reason all of this happened to us.
Oh, yeah, no.
I just think he's some random jackass.
No, I can make this kind of work.
Okay.
Go ahead and... Alright, no, you don't do it. He does.
That he has to roll. What was that?
That was a 7 on the die, so that's not gonna make it. You watch as you let out this, again, this kind of dark, almost like a night sky. It's kind of like dark crack of a whip, and you throw that at him and it gets around his neck, and there is this burst of energy as he seems to get completely disoriented by what is essentially a mind whip. And as he's sort of disoriented and trying to you look like you have utterly distracted him, and he is unable to think of more than like one thing at a time. Very confused.
Love it.
And Thea, you're up.
Do I get the sense that if I like hold the this lasso on him, that I can I could use that to hurt him?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Then I will do that.
So you almost let out another prayer under your voice, and another pulse of radiant energy courses down the chain that you're holding him with, and it does more damage. He's almost burning, both from the fire that Cameron's creating and the radiant sunlight that is so bright it burns. And you feel a kind of pulse of energy a little bit at the core of you as you keep this connection. There's something very visceral about keeping a hold on this guy. He seems like a person that is overtly doing, I mean, I hesitate to say evil things, but he seems very counter to the energy you're giving off. Your vibes don't really match. I know I really sold that one. Kyle, you're still right behind this guy, and he's bleeding very badly. He's just been burned and mind whipped and violently preached at.
All right. Hate to be a one-trick pony, but unless something else occurs to her, I think she's gonna like change it up a little bit and like fly up above him and then do the Will Riker double axe handle.
Mhm.
Like,
Hell yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, give me another attack roll.
that's a 4.
Ooh. 10 is not gonna hit him. You try to smack down on him, and he actually manages to kind of twist a little bit with what little energy and force of mind he has. He twists a bit out of your way, and you just smash on the ground a little bit. And as he rolls, just a hair, nope, another fucking nat 1. Something he loses his grip on something, and it slides across the ground. It's a circular stone object with symbols and writing on it.
Does it look familiar?
It does look familiar, Lane. It looks like the thing from your vision.
Yeah.
Is this important to anyone?
Yes.
Just a bit.
Is it worth
Kick-
money?
Doesn't matter.
Kick it her way.
Like, very serious look on this pink dude's face. Like, is it worth money? Doesn't matter. And I will grab it if
Or
it's
kick it
kicked
his way,
to
yeah.
me.
What do you do with it? Slides it to you.
I will pick it up and look it over in my hand. Can I read what's written on it now that I'm holding it?
Yeah, written in that language you didn't quite understand before. And it is some sort of mind shielding device. A little crude, but
Okay.
meant to do the job of masking the thoughts and identities of
Uh-huh.
a select people that were around it when it went off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm,
Would you like to do something?
I'm having thoughts and I don't know if I should do it.
What's that, Lane? What do you think? What do you think?
But you don't look so well.
Rolling for it.
Yeah. And he looks at it, and because I rolled a nat fucking 1, he looks at it, drops it onto the floor, and basically like steps on it and cracks it open.
Oh, so the nat 1 was no chill.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's usually how it goes with me, is
No,
smaller
that's fair.
numbers, less chill, more numbers, more chill.
That's fair.
Wait, we could have profited off
I
of
like that approach to Nat 1s. Just
Yeah.
Don't
when-
even-
in this kind of situation where I'm like, do I do the thing that I shouldn't do but would be cool? Or do I do the thing that me as a player knows is probably a bad idea?
You smash this device, and there is a surge of energy through the room that hits all of you, and all at once there is a shiver that goes down your spines as you realize that you are currently fucking the shit up of Zolian the Conqueror, who is a warlord who's been coming after you for quite some time. You hadn't really had the nerve to really fuck with him before.
I think
And
we've got the
apparently,
confidence now.
yeah, apparently, he looks almost like on death's door, but you also hear all of the soldiers coming up behind as Zolian says, "The mortals will fight for me. You think you will, what? Send me to justice? You think you will survive this if you down me? I think you overestimate yourselves."
I'm saying is, if we kill you, they might follow us. Just saying. You cut the head off the snake, you become the snake.
But I am no snake. I am their demon.
Tomato, tomato. Some demons are snakes. As far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty sure we could all do a better job than you have at ruling these people. Pretty sure it'd be a lot better if we just get rid of you. Any disagreements with that plan?
I don't know whether or not to say no, so no.
What do you do?
I'm trying to figure out how to phrase what he's gonna say. Kill
And the
him
whole
all
time
you
he's just-
want. It doesn't solve the problem.
There's a hissing ball of snake fire rolling around.
All right, we'll kill him first and then deal with that. He's just gonna point his wand at the guy's face
Okay.
and just think in his head, just be gone.
You let's see. Oh yeah, I mean you can oh yeah. You point and there's a bit of fire that comes out, but it doesn't hit him like a boom. It seeps into the stonework beneath him, and you see this almost lava-like cracking beneath him, and then it cools and darkens and goes into almost a pitch black with ash on it, and you just watch his eyes go wide as he pales, and this little bit of necrosis kind of seeps into his skin, and he starts to fade in the eyes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start just digging through his body. Like, does he have anything that he's wearing
Doesn't have
that
many clothes on
signifies
him.
him? Does he have anything that signifies him as like their leader? Like a
Besides,
headdress or
he has
anything?
that wrist thing on him. Asian, he has his spell, his spell archive on him.
Yeah, I want to try to pull that off of him.
It's not for you. And I will walk over
If
and
you weren't gonna do it, I was going
pull it
to.
off his wrist, and then look at. Do I know everyone else's names now?
Yes, you do. We'll go over them very, very quickly. Navarre is the one who keeps trying to steal shit.
Yeah, because that's what I need to know right now.
Him and Loki, which is surprising that he knew Loki's name right off the bat. Let's see, Drendrele, or Dren, she's the one holding the spell.
Okay.
Not that you needed much healing, but she's usually a little more healing based than doing this
All
kind
right.
of fucked up shit.
Yeah.
And Gesick just wrecked this guy's shit. She has she's kind of with the blades. I mean, but you like didn't even hear her come up the stairs, which is very much par for the course with her.
I meant to hit the ground.
It's okay.
Intimidation tactic.
You did real fucking good.
Yeah,
It's
remind me
okay.
not
Now
to
for
piss you
you.
off.
Navarre,
Jessica.
give me all my shit back.
I have done nothing.
Navarro, you totally took her shit. It's
Just
like, which
pull
shit
stuff
is he
off.
talking about, really?
He just
is the
starts to
question.
unload. He just
Uh-huh.
starts to dump
Just
off the
dump
bag.
the bag out. I know what's mine. You
Um,
don't know what half this is anyway.
And
But
as
it
you
could
guys
be
are,
useful.
as you are bickering and like dealing with a corpse, the soldiers start rushing up the stairs, and then they all kind of stop as they just see this corpse.
Imagining like
you're
that's
like,
the moment when
Give me my
everybody
shit.
slow
Give me my shit.
turns.
Give me my shit. Give me
Where
my
is
shit.
my shit? Nope, nope.
Uh,
There's more. I know there's more.
Just dumping the
And
stuff out with one hand with the one, put it at the people with the other hand.
And there is a moment of just. They just slowly back down the stairs as an owl glares at them.
Yes.
Gesick, listen. Nobody saw you miss the hit, and your great eagle brethren will only know that you stared an entire battalion of soldiers down. And that's where we're gonna end tonight.
Oh my
You
god.
nonsense people are amazing, and I'm so excited about it. Real quick before we wrap, I want to hear what you think you each were. We'll start with Kyle, because I know Kyle has places to be.
Eagle Totem Barbarian.
Correct. Very nice. And you're an Owlin, which comes from the Strixhaven book, I guess. Yeah,
Small,
you are a
but
totem.
angry.
Yes. Technically raised by Eagle Aarakocra, according to the premise.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Makes
I would-
sense.
I would like to say a big thank you to Maury for giving me every single one of these premises. They just sent me a whole bunch of them last week, and I went, okay, I need 4 premises. Hey, they gave me 4. I'm going to use all of them, and I just used all of them in a row. So yes, you were an Owlin Barbarian, technically an Eagle Totem, which is why you could dash as a bonus action. Technically only when you're raging, but I didn't read that part initially, so you're just fast, and then you also could go even faster when you were raging. This is like, Angela has 4 character sheets she's trying to work with and she hasn't looked at, really.
Yeah, that first really fast dash made me think that she was a monk.
Very possible.
Same.
I threw a couple of weird things in just to mess with you. Cameron, what about you? Some people
see,
are
I
a
know
little funky.
Yeah, I know I'm a sea elf.
Yep.
That's about it. No, he's some type of magic caster.
I think some other players might have a thought. Go ahead, go ahead, Thea.
Are
you thinking about yourself, or you're guessing Cameron?
No, I have a. All I know is that whatever it is, the subclass is to do with fire.
Correct. That is correct. I saw Lane's hand go up first. What do you think?
Wildfire Druid.
Yes, Wildfire Druid.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a Wildfire Druid? Or no, it was a Desert Druid, but...
It was a Desert Druid.
See, I've played Druid a lot, but never this type of Druid.
The
So I have no idea.
The Wildfire Druid has a Wildfire Companion that is a small elemental creature that can teleport you. It's amazing. It's a really cool subclass.
What book is that in?
The Wildfire Druid. Lane, look that up. I'm not sure.
I'll look it up. I think
I'm
it's
so
Tacos,
sorry.
but
I
I'll
went right
double
into
check.
I went right into DM and DM assistant mode.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what
so
we do.
sorry. But yeah, so I adored the premise of a sea elf that was a Wildfire Druid. I thought that was really good. It actually
hilarious.
It reminds me a little bit of like Hawaiian volcanoes or something. I feel like you probably had some sulfuric acid sort of abilities, is what happens when lava hits salt water.
It is Tasha's. That's the Wildfire Druid. Yes.
So the Wildfire Druid's from Tasha's. And then Lane, what do you think? I threw some weird ones at you.
Yeah. I mean, definitely some kind of elf. I couldn't really get enough to figure out what sub-ancestry of elf.
That's fair.
Wizard of some flavor. I'm thinking Graviturgy at this point, but I could be wrong.
Yes. No, you're a
Okay.
Graviturgy wizard. Graviturgy comes from the Wild Mount book, the Critical Role book. And you were an astral elf from Spelljammer.
Okay.
That would be why
which
I'm not familiar with that.
Maury described an astral elf gravity wizard who may have fallen from space.
This is
So
an alien elf.
yep, you're an alien
I
elf.
love that.
I made up the magic book
Oh,
from
that's
your
so cool.
from your cuff. And Theo, what about you?
I
I have a thing for yours, but we didn't get to it. But yours
So,
might be a little
okay.
tricky. What do you think?
Okay. So I know my race. I'm an Asmar.
Yes, you are an Asmar.
And at first I was thinking Paladin with the holy symbol,
Sure.
which like that would be a cool thing of itself, of like a paladin that just doesn't have a sword and just fucking bare hands people.
Sure, that's rad. Yeah,
Like,
kind of what I
fucking
did with
fight on your
Kyle.
bare hand. Like
I just reflavored weapons as hands. You just do that.
Yeah.
It's fine. I don't care if a barbarian wants to be unarmed. That's yeah.
no, but as it went on, I was like, no, there's no way that like my strength was like +0. So
In
I
the
was like, nah,
toilet. Yeah,
yeah.
in the toilet.
so I'm
Yeah.
just like, no, that's not happening.
I'm pretty sure you have a -1 strength.
Okay, yeah, that would. No, so I was like, what is it? And I was like, I'm bouncing between a few different things
Uh-huh.
because I couldn't figure out what my spellcasting ability is.
Ah, that's fair.
So I'm bouncing between, and I think they're actually all charisma.
Mhm.
The ones that I'm thinking of.
Okay.
I was bouncing between sorcerer, warlock, and cleric.
Okay. One of those is correct.
Yeah, what I figured.
I can give you a
And
hint if you want a
The
hint.
thing that kind of gave it away was the healing comment. I
Sure.
think I'm a cleric.
No, you're not.
Not Interesting.
Actually.
Is it a celestial warlock?
Yep.
Okay.
Uh,
That was my guess for most of the time.
The premise was a ASMR celestial warlock that thinks they're a cleric. So it actually worked perfectly.
That's perfect.
Oh, I
Can I-
love that.
Uh-huh.
Is my background like acolyte?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I knew that it was like you were trying to trick me up with the background. I knew that that holy symbol was
Yeah.
a red herring.
It didn't come up, and I kind of wish it had, but it was just there were too much going on, especially since I decided to bust you guys out in the middle of combat, which definitely
Yeah.
made it harder to
thing
do
that-
some stuff.
The spell that I cast on the chandelier, that was daylight, right?
That was light, actually.
Okay, just light. Actually,
Yeah.
that
Light can affect an object of 10 feet or less, and I said it was an 8-foot diameter object, so it counted.
but I didn't touch it. Light is touch.
I
checked.
forgot. That's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So,
Rule of cool. This is
that
a
was
very
another-
rules light. It's a very rules light
Yeah.
premise. But yeah.
So like, but the thing is that sunlight also would make sense in
Yeah.
that context, because like I looked it up and cleric. The thing was that cleric, druid, and sorcerer all get sunlight
Oh,
depending
okay.
on the class, or
Yeah,
depending
yeah.
on the subclass.
Okay.
So that like just really threw me off. But I'm glad that I guessed the background.
Yeah, the
Like
thing
it
that
really
I
early,
didn't
actually.
the thing that I didn't actually get to was that I the intent was to actually play up the fact that you thought you were a cleric but you were a warlock, because I was going to bring in your patron as being a little not godly, just being sort of a, I'll be honest, I think only Lane's gonna get the reference, but there was going to be a celestial badger that you were actually aligned to, that paw that
Oh my
Kyle had.
When you
Was
said
it
it,
was a badger paw, not a bear.
Oh my
And
God.
he was just gonna talk like this. I mean, I don't know what you're
Oh,
talking. I mean, you're
perfect.
praying to me. That's great, but like, you know, we
Hey,
had a
honey
very
badgers are-
equitable. We had an equitable transaction here, you know.
I say honey badgers are already badass, so it might as well.
A celestial
remember-
honey badger.
Celestial.
His name's Cosmo.
Cosmo. I
Oh
love
my
Cosmo.
god,
That's the name of my
perfect.
cat.
My character hated
Hey.
him, but I love him. That's mostly just because she was
Um,
dealing with shit at the time.
But yeah, that was gonna be again. No idea how I was gonna incorporate it at all.
Mhm.
But
That would have
but
been
yeah,
hilarious.
that would have been like
Honestly,
the
I
button
would-
at the end.
I would
It's like the
play
end
another
credit
second
sequence
movie
is
for
like
it.
you
Yeah.
praying to your god and Cosmo just being like, you really gotta like cool it. Like,
Yeah.
listen, you're real intense. You're like here, and I need you down to like here.
With that voice,
Yeah.
I just imagine him with like 2 cigarettes in his mouth.
Oh, he
and
definitely
just
has a
holding
cigar
a
or
martini,
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
holding a
definitely has a
martini
cigar.
glass.
Oh yeah, Cosmo has a gambling problem. I didn't tell you.
Yeah, no.
he literally canonically
a-
does.
Yeah, he has a very intense gambling problem.
Yeah, see, I can just
From
imagine
Holy
him. Just
I'm from Holy, New Jersey.
I mean,
Anyway.
to be fair, Celestial Cleric is, or not Celestial, Celestial Warlock is basically a diet cleric.
Oh, I adore Celestial Warlock.
Yes.
I have one very near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
But so with our guesses, mostly very correct. I mean, honestly, Thea, you were in the ballpark. You had it. You just had to
Yeah.
pick the right one, and
Yeah.
it worked perfectly that you picked the one that your character thought you were anyway. So I think well described on my
my
part.
backup answer was right, so
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for watching. We run Tabula Rakshasa every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you would like to be on the show and test your either D&D knowledge or just goof around, please join our Discord and send me a message. I'm just Angela on there. And you can DM me. It's totally fine. And let me know that you're interested. I just need a little bit of info to get you on the list. But and as long as you have a camera and a mic, you're good to go. So please check it out. And I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you players had a good time. This was so fun. You guys
so
were
much fun.
chaos incarnate. You were so good. All right, so please, everybody, have yourself a great rest of your night. Have a beautiful week. Hopefully, we will see you here either on Monday, where we run Nerdsmith Pixel, or Discover RPG, depending on if we want to talk about role-playing games or video games. And same time, and then here for Tabula Rakshasa next week, and we'll see if you can sleuth out my clues and figure out what's going on next time. Please take care of yourselves, make good choices, and above all, do us all a favor and be good to each other. All right. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.